We are speaking with Tiffany Graves today. Tiffany is the mom of a teen and a toddler, as we just said during the break, 13 and 2-year-old. And her Twitter handle is at @TTownTiffany. And welcome to Mom Talk Radio, Tiffany.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I'm going to let you tell our listeners what kind of a busy, crazy life you have. Tell us what's going on with you.
Well, I think that crazy is probably an understatement for the way that my life tends to go.
Maybe chaos, right?
It is pure chaos all the time. I am an attorney. I'm in solo practice, so I run my own law firm. I've ran that for about 6 years now. And as you said, I also have a very active, very busy family. I have a 13-year-old and a 2-year-old, so I kind of have it coming at me from both ends at home. So our life, a large part of our life consists of kind of trying to balance my work and my home life when both of those areas are very, very active.
Right. So you're a solo attorney?
Yes. Yeah.
My goodness.
Well, I have a manager that helps run my office for me, but
right,
I am the only attorney in my practice. Yes.
Wow. And what kind of law do you practice?
I do mainly family law and criminal. So a lot of divorce law, things like custody, things like that.
Right. And so how do you, because really it's the age disparity to me that stood out. So how do you've got basically a toddler and a teenager. The teenager is either probably 8th grade, 9th grade. So that's busy because I have 2 teenagers and an 8-year-old. So the teenagers are busier than the 8-year-old. I didn't think that was ever going to happen. So how do you do it? What's some tips you have for us?
One of the things that we have found to be most important is just making sure that my husband and I communicate on everything and really plan out for our whole week, because we do have, a 13-year-old who is involved in activities. She has things going on at school. And then we have, a 2-year-old on the complete different end of the spectrum who has his own activities that he's involved in. So we kind of feel like we're running around a lot, trying to keep our heads on straight. So one thing that we have done is on Sundays, after we get settled in the afternoon, that's kind of our planning afternoon for the week. We plan our meals for the week. We do meal prep. We get the kids' clothes ready. Just make sure that everything is planned out. And that has helped us so much. And we've tried to make it kind of a family activity, so we still feel like our planning time is time that we're spending together. So if we're planning our meals for the week, we make sure that our kids are, helping us with age-appropriate parts of that to kind of still keep it family-oriented.
Right. That's a great idea. So Sunday afternoon is your planning session, basically, the family planning session.
Absolutely. We plan out our menu for the week. We prep, any of the food that we can for the week and get it all packaged up so it's ready to go. Make sure that the kids' clothes are all ironed and set out for the week, because there's nothing worse than trying to help a 13-year-old get ready in the morning while you have a 2-year-old screaming toddler trying to get your attention at the same time.
So do you blog or just tweet at T-Town Tiffany?
I just tweet, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we can follow you there and follow your crazy adventures. Do you see anything changing within your practice where you might bring on somebody else, or do you think you're good as a independent by yourself there?
It's something that I'm actually considering right now. We're looking at some new spaces to allow me the ability to bring someone else in, because my practice is certainly at the point where I would like to have an associate attorney in here. And of course, I think that would make things easier with my family as well, because certainly my husband and I manage the best we can with it. But I mean, it's challenging. I mean, as you probably know, I mean, anytime you have lots of different things going on, it's very challenging. No matter how well prepared you think you are, things come up, you miss a deadline, you realize you have to have both kids, in different places at the same time. So I think that would certainly help if I were able to bring someone else on.
Right. And I guess you bring the 2-year-old into, well, both children, but particularly the toddler to work with you, because you can do that as your own boss,
right? Sometimes yeah. But I mean, you can't really take a 2-year-old into a courtroom, though. That's true. Times that I've come close and almost had to.
What's that movie they did that? Somebody had to just bring the child in and just try to find somebody to watch while they had to run into a courtroom. I forget what movie. I'll have to think it up. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, Tiffany. Again, you tweet at T-Town Tiffany. Good luck. You've got a busy life and a full plate. So thank you so much for joining us on Mom Talk Radio.